Welcome back to the channel. Today I have a real tearjerker of a story, so be prepared. This is my mom's encounter when I first got in my accident. So I've been bummed you out or whatever. And I give it to my mom so she can tell you her experience.
My perspective, like what I went through with the accident. It was on August 28th, 2023, and it was a Monday. I just got back from New York. I flew to New York. I was flying back on Sunday. I flew to New York to set my daughter up for college. She went to school out there, so I was on my way back, and I bought, of course, lots of souvenirs for Brandon and the boys. So Monday, I was excited to go see them, and so Brandon was at work, and so I went and saw Carly in Apple Valley. That's where their house was, and brought the souvenirs over, and I was exhausted because I flew literally jet lag the entire day on Sunday. Like so many layovers, it was insane. And so I was exhausted. But Ozzy, he says, please, grandma, please. I was like, oh, I cannot say no to that little guy at all. So I had Ozzy on that Monday. And we were playing in the backyard, sending daddy pictures of him playing. And then I was making him dinner. It was like around dinner time, around 5:30 ish, 6. And my mom came out. She's like, Carly keeps calling you over and over, and I think there's something wrong. And I was like, no, I didn't feel anything. Like I didn't feel like, they say mother's intuition. And I was like, no, I was like, he's fine because, he did roll his party runner at King of the Hammers, and so I was like, oh, he's fine. And I really didn't think anything much of it, and I was like, oh, I thought it was like just like a little bump or something, like a little collision.
Yeah.
And so Carly, I said, I'll call Carly and see what's going on. And she said, Brandon's hurt and he's on his way to the hospital. And I was like, oh my goodness, okay. So I called all the hospitals around, and they're like, no, we haven't received, anyone from ambulance, because they said, oh, he's going to be transferred in an ambulance. And I said, okay. So I kept calling them. I think I called them like 3 to 5 times, waiting for him to show up. And they said, no, we haven't received it. Then I was like, kind of started getting a little uneasy about, like, I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Why isn't he showing up? Carly calls me back and says he was airlifted. Well, at that time, then I really was like, something's wrong if he's being airlifted. Like, it was really just hard for me to, like, okay, got to get Ozzy to Carly's dad's house. Shannon's name. Had my mom, bless her heart, thank God for my mom. She drove me and dropped off Ozzy in Apple Valley, Spring Valley Lake, and then drove. We found out he was in Loma Linda, so we were driving down to Loma Linda. I called my dad and I said, Dad, Brendan's been in a car accident. I don't, as he's a family favorite, like number one, like he's like
Always.
the golden child. So
Yeah.
I said, Dad, Brendan's been in an accident, and I'm crying at this point. And he said, oh, everything's fine. Same thing. Everything's fine. He's gonna be okay. And but on the way down, I was so scared. I went to my knees on the floorboard and I started praying, please, Lord, don't take my son. Please don't take him. Over and over, just crying, please, Lord, don't take him. And I was just I couldn't even imagine. Just the thought of it is just pretty traumatic. Like the whole thing was pretty traumatic, but it was extremely, surprisingly strong during it all. The whole hospital, and they had, in the emergency room where they have all those sick people and like tons of people filled the emergency room. My ex-husband was able to get a private room for all of us, and there was this huge group there, and we get there and we're waiting and waiting, and they said it's not looking good, and I was just like, just walking, like I couldn't just sit there, like I was pretty much pacing the hospital, like the emergency room, going outside, coming inside, walking around, and then I was like, oh my lord. And the doctor came in, and she had blood all over my son's blood, Brandon's blood, all over. She said he's not going to make it. She kept saying her terminology, he's really sick. He's really, really sick. And I was like, I don't know why that really bothered me. I was like, he's not sick. Like he's hurt. And she was like, and then it was Captain, he's really, really sick. Like his whole body is really, really sick. And I was like, oh my god, I just really did not like that expression for some reason. I don't know. They kept using it over and over through the hospital stay. And they said, he's not going to make it tonight. They literally said, he's not going to make it. Oh, by the way, he was unresponsive, no breathing. They literally brought him back to life. Like he was like done. Literally jump start him. And saved his life. And they were also worried about the long, how long, no oxygen to the brain and so forth. And he also did get traumatic brain injury, and he doesn't remember anything whatsoever. It's all police reports and all cameras and all. She said he's not going to make it, to hold your phone and wait for a call, and to let us know that he's passed. And I was like, oh my god, you don't know Brandon? Like I was like appalled that she would even say it. I was kind of like offended, and I know they're just doing their job by saying the worst, but I was like, kidding me right now? So around 1:35, 1:37, we were finally able to, just Carly and I, we were finally able to go up and see him, and he was lifeless. He was just coma. I had to sign a million papers and become his, medical advisor. I had to okay his trach a couple of days later, which is, thinking, oh my lord. I mean, all these decisions I had to make on him, and I just tried to make the very best to save him, because I was not about to even thought of just anything. Like all I could think of was survival, save, 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 do whatever it takes. I don't care. They said he's not going to make it, and I remember holding my phone the entire night. Obviously, we just all stayed in our cars. Some people were able to sleep for like an hour. I literally was staring at my phone the entire couple of hours, like night, and like I'm staring at my phone, just holding it. And someone knocked on the window, and I like jumped, and they're like, he made it through like the night. It was like 5:30 in the morning, and then they said, oh, he's going to be a vegetable. Like he is not even going to be able to only like blink his eye, nothing remote, like at all, won't talk, won't move, he's done. And then yes, and then I was like, okay, we're not going to even have that kind of talk in here. Like there's no way. Once again, you don't know Brandon Michael, you don't know what he's capable of already. I'm thinking this, and I'm thinking, okay, this is like a bit, they're just literally saying the worst possible, but could it be possibly true? It was just really hard and traumatic. Sometimes still when we're driving, we go to Loma Linda a lot, and I'm driving, it still like hurts my heart when we're even passing like where he was flown in. I just have flashbacks of that. And but he's here, and he is definitely my miracle of the love of my life, and I'm his full-time caregiver. And if you have any questions whatsoever, you can ask me, like if you want to see me feed him, do his trach suction, how I move him around because he's 6 foot and I'm 5'2" and a half. And just wanted to tell you how it happened with me. It was very traumatic, and I still thank the Lord every single day for him, because I know what a miracle and a blessing he is, and I will never take that for granted. And I truly believe that all the prayers were heard. Like, I'm such a believer, and my heart is couldn't be happier, or any just taking care of him. I mean, we're with each other 24/7. Like, I'm with him all night. Well, sometimes all night, all day, all night. So we really have to like make the best of it. We get along, and I mean, when you're with somebody that long, but I'm just, constantly. I couldn't be happier of doing this. It's just I'm very, very thankful. But if you have any questions, if you want to see anything, just comment and let us know, and hit the like and subscribe. And I hope you enjoy the rest of his shows. Nice to meet you all. I'm the mama.
Thank you, Mom.